Welcome to your April astrology. This month we've got a slew of planets going retrograde. We've got Venus, the planet of love, Mercury, the planet of communication, Pluto, the lord of transformation, and Saturn, the lord of responsibility, dragging us back to the past. But don't worry, there's treasure to be found there. Here's your April astrology. Gemini, while we're all in a bit of chaos with all the planets going retrograde, this could be a really powerful month for you where you stand tall and you come into your power. And on top of that, you're super psychic this month. It's got a lot of potential for happiness and creating your reality. Let's get down to it. Okay, April kicks off with Venus going retrograde on the 3rd. And interestingly, it's in your position of career. So it's taking you back to your past. Did you ever have an ex-lover who you worked with, or there was a work connection? If so, this person may pop back up. On top of that, you're looking at your career now. Are you in love with your career? Do you really like what you're doing? Have you left something behind that used to give you pleasure? It's about reconnecting with your dreams, reconnecting with what you want to create in your life. But it definitely means that someone from your past could pop back in. Perhaps someone that you used to work with pops up and they fancy you. Who knows? But it certainly is going to be an interesting ride. On the 6th, we have Saturn going retrograde. Saturn is the lord of responsibility. And he's kind of like the big papa in the universe. He is the father, the patriarch, that likes to give very solid and firm boundaries. And for you, it's all about your relationships. Now, what this means is you're going to have to look at some of your responsibility to your relationships in the past. How were you when you made a commitment in the past to love? Did you stick to your commitments? What you like with rules when it comes to relationships? Well, obviously, when it comes to love, we create our own rules. But, you know, wherever you came from, whatever your first relationships were, there's a lesson there for you. If you ever had an older lover, that person could pop back in. And also, if you did have an older lover or there was an age difference in a relationship, it's urging you to look at it. What did it mean? What did it give you? How did it teach you? Was it positive? Was it negative? Were you involved with someone who was more powerful than you just so that you didn't have to take responsibility? All of these deep questions need to be answered this month. And Saturn is going to really kind of bring them up for you. On the 10th, we then have Mercury going retrograde. It certainly is a month of going backwards. And Mercury retrograde on this occasion is asking you to look at your dreams, your illusions, your psychic intuitions, and any addictions you may have had. Any moments in your life where you kind of just surrendered and lost yourself. It could be through drinking too much, getting stoned, or having an eating disorder, or anything that kind of was used to escape where you are. And if there was anything like that in your life, Mercury is going to bring up a conversation about it. Maybe somebody's going to talk to you about it. Maybe someone who was impacted by that talks to you. Or it could be someone that you had a massive crush on, you bump into again. Or someone that you had a kind of really intense, kind of dreamy relationship comes back up. But conversations are pretty difficult with Mercury retrograde. Everything's a bit fluffy and unclear. You may feel that people are kind of, or you or other people are painting a rosy picture around things, and it's not realistic. So you have to have your wits about you and keep your feet on the ground, looking at what's real and what's illusion. You're super psychic this month, though. All month you have extra psychic skills, extra intuition. So really pay attention to your body when someone says something to you. Does it feel right? Our bodies are great at telling us what's true and what's not true if we take the time to tune in. Now I have some good news for you. On the 11th, we have a full moon. And this full moon is in your position of soulmates, creativity, fun, laughter, sexuality, and all joyful things. It's a very pleasurable moon for you. And you should have a peak experience of joy on the 11th. Okay, if you aren't happy or you're hiding from the fact you're not happy, you may have a peak emotional experience which tells you you're not happy. But ultimately, the moon is giving you a gift saying, you know, I want you to be happy. More good news, on the 15th, Venus, the planet of love, is going direct, which really eases up our love life. I mean, wherever the energy is for Venus, when it goes retrograde, it brings about sort of laziness, a sluggishness when it comes to love. And when it goes forward, you're like, yeah, I'm excited about life again. And you're hungry to get things done, and you put your heart and soul into your career. The sun is shifting signs on the 19th, and it's, again, boosting your psychic skills, your empathy, and your compassion. You're feeling super connected to people, super loving, and super open, which is great. And on the 21st, Mars, the planet of action and power, gives you a total reboot and re-battery charge as he goes into your sign. You are fired up, you are leaping about, you are feeling good, fingers crossed. Also on the 20th, before that, Pluto goes retrograde. Pluto does not take any prisoners, and Pluto is saying it's time to heal the wounds of your past. These wounds could be childhood wounds, they could be wounds connected to your sexuality, early sexual experiences. They could be wounds to do with power and powerlessness, primal wounds. And, you know, that's hard to go and look at that stuff. You know, it might be a good time to get a therapist or a counsellor, or talk to someone close that can help you deal with maybe some of the shadows of the past. But Pluto is doing that to help you release it, to help you move on from it, and to free you so that you don't have to carry around that stuff. And you've got some time to deal with it, because that goes on until September. We also have, on the 26th, the new moon. New moons are all about a new cycle. It's about letting go. It's about moving forward. It's about dumping our baggage in whatever area the moon is in and stepping in to a new realm. And this new moon is in your position of psychic, intuition, spirituality, kindness, empathy, love, and all those lovely fluffy things. It can be a bit of a lack of boundaries, but you know, the other good thing is it's really good on this new moon if you do have any addictions to let go of them, to move on, to surrender anything that's making you escape what you can truly do. And believe me, you're going to have a lot of spark and fire to get on with what you're here to do and what you want to do. Do listen to my weeklies for the month of April as they come along, because this is such an action-packed full month. I couldn't include everything in this. And also read the monthly I write on horoscope.co.uk. All right, gorgeous, you take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share if you do. And I've got a little present for you. If you go to horoscope.co.uk, I now have not only a free chart wheel, but free birth chart interpretation. So pop along and have a look. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.